Kingbrown here. Today I'm going to do a recipe for you. It's one of my recipes that I know a lot of people who have bought the book have said to me over the years, there's a picture of this in your book, where is the recipe? And at the time of editing that book, I didn't even think of that. I can't remember, it's been a few years now, whether I actually was planning on putting the recipe in there or not, but the sausage roll recipe is what I'm talking about. And the sausage rolls are actually in the background of a damper, and I was actually doing a recipe for the damper, and everyone spotted the sausage rolls and went, wow, can we have the recipe for that? So and I've never given out that recipe before. I'll just show you that there anyway. I'll just put the sausage rolls up on the screen for you, and so you can have a bit of a look at them and what they look like. I've been making them for years, so I've got quite a few photos of them taken over the time. And yeah, absolutely delicious. Very simple, easy recipe like always with Kingbrown, and very tasty. And now in my personal life, in my personal circle, it would often be the case where if I was doing somebody's 40th birthday or 50th or 60th, you know, whatever the catering event was, they would say to me, you know, I'd say to them, yeah, what would you like on the menu? You know, we'll do an entree, a main course, and a dessert with bread rolls and breads and stuff like that, and maybe some dampers. And sometimes they'd choose dampers as the entree. That was mostly for the people that didn't know me, but anyone that knew me personally, they always said, yeah, we'll have the sausage rolls, Ronnie, because they are absolutely awesome. They really are. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys and seeing some feedback, and see if you guys have a go on them and make some of your own, because they are absolutely delicious. And I've been told, by the way, I've been told on numerous occasions that my sausage rolls don't cause reflux or acid in the stomach, and like a lot of the commercial ones do. I think they're just putting in way too much junk in their sausage rolls these days, you know. I think it's time we got back to the basics with a sausage roll and get rid of the junk, get rid of all the filler, and let's just make them properly and tasty, you know. Show me a bakery that's doing it. Got to say, I've been disappointed in my travels. I can find some good pies around, but a sausage roll, that's hard to get. Anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get into making some sausage rolls. Okay, I'm going to run through the ingredients, and bear in mind I'm about to reveal the secret ingredient and technique that makes these things delicious. Some of you might be already doing it, I don't know. 50-50 minced pork, minced beef, okay? Makes it easy. You can just buy packets like that. It's very simple in the supermarket to get them in a packet like that, just to make it for a simple batch. Now, I used to get a kilo. I used to go to the butcher, of course, because that's when I was catering. I never used Coles meat or any of those shopping centres for meat when I'm cooking and catering. I go to the butcher shops and I buy real meat. I'm not a real fan of the supermarket chain meat thing. Yeah, and I would always buy at least a kilo, you know, depending on the size, the amount of sausage rolls I want to do. But I do it in even batches. So if I got a kilo of pork mince, I'd also get a kilo of beef mince. And to me, you want a nice fatty one too. Don't go for that lean stuff that they're trying to push down your throat. Fat in meat is very, very healthy. It's vital to all sorts of things in the human function, and it is not bad for you. You know, it's ridiculous, unless you only ate fat, and that's it. Maybe even that, I don't think it'd harm you. Anyway. I'm not a dietitian, by the way. So we've got that. We've got some onions here. Now I've actually got 2 reds and two whites, because I forgot to bloody go to shopping and just buy white onions. I completely forgot. And so we're going to put them in the bowl here, because they're the first things we're going to do. We've got 1 egg that'll go in the mixture. Might even need 2. That's a bit of a feel thing. I've got some breadcrumbs here, just for the filler. But I won't be heavy-handed on that, like the, I'll just use what I need to use. I won't be overdoing it. And a bit of tomato paste. Tomato sauce works just fine. Some cracked pepper, and we've got some garlic that'll go into it as well. And one last ingredient, some sage, okay? That's pretty much my recipe. Oh, and some salt, of course. You've got to add a bit of seasoning with some salt. So apart from that, I think that's all the ingredients. So we'll just get into it. First job, crucial to the whole show, onions. Grated, not chopped. And keep the juice. That's the key. So, I don't know, is that small side? Yeah, go the other side. Yeah. I like to grate these onions and keep any juice that comes out of them, and juice will come out of it, and that all goes in. Oh, juice also goes in the eyes, by the way. Yeah, I'll be right. Got a few the little bits, I'll just chop them. The taggy bits that don't quite do it. That way you don't have to worry about grating your thumb off while you're trying to grate the onions. And I can just imagine a couple of chefs watching me and all cringing, going, "Look at this fool, he doesn't know anything." And I don't freely admit that. I'm just a mug. Just a mug who likes cooking with gear buffers, that's all. Oh, look at the juice come out of these red ones. You know, maybe I've just learned something. Maybe these red ones are a good thing to use, because all of a sudden a lot of juice came out. Those brown ones were a little bit drier. Maybe they were older, I don't know. Alright. Good 4 or 5 onions, you know. A lot. They weren't real big onions, them ones. And with the stuff that's left, I've got a sharp knife here somewhere. Okay, now I've got a knife. Chop that up. Okay, the onions are in. And look at that. Look at this juice in here. Look at that. See that? That. Look at the juice running out of all that stuff. That is liquid gold. That tasty stuff there, look at all that juice. Yep. That's going to go into the meat and add so much more flavour. Very good. So we're going to mix all that up nice and even. We're going to add our meat. They're actually really simple to make. Very quick. Oh. Yeah, get rid of that stuff there. Oh, there's a bin there, I didn't see that. Open him up. Hands on. It's a bit of a hands-on job making sausage rolls. And yes, I did wash my hands. I'm going to use a knife to cut it in first. I just hate my bowls a bit. I usually use a whopping great big bowl so I don't send food flying everywhere, so I'm a little bit out of my element using such a small bowl to mix. It could end up everywhere. But that's all right. We have a 4-legged garbage disposal unit wandering around here somewhere wagging his tail, and anything that gets dropped off, I'm sure he'll be happily consumed before it goes off and smelly. Mixing in the bread rolls. I'm mixing in the onions, the chopped onions and the juice. And we are going to add some other stuff now. We're going to season it first of all with some salt. I'm going to put like a full teaspoon of salt in there. Hopefully that wasn't too much. I'm used to doing this in bigger batches, not such small batches, but anyway. And we'll add a bit of tomato paste. Normally I would probably just squirt a bit of tomato sauce in there, but I ran out. So. Yeah, got it. So just a bit of a squirt of that, probably a tablespoon. Nah, not even that, I'd say, probably a teaspoon. Squirt like that. Oops, a bit extra. Mix that one in. My meat to onion ratio is looking pretty good. Lots of onions, that's the key. So I don't want to just end up with footage just on the phone that I can use. I want to be able to use the bits and pieces of both. So go in and out, get different shots. Righto, that's the tomato paste in, pretty good. We'll sprinkle some herbs in. And yeah, I know I probably could have put it all in at once, and I could have all just mixed up the whole lot together, you might be thinking. But I'm not in a hurry, and this means it gets mixed very thoroughly, because if I put it all at once and start mixing, I'll mix it for a minute and that'll be it, and I'll be like, oh, that'll do. Whereas this way, I'm sort of doing 5 minutes of mixing, because I'm adding a minute every time I add an ingredient. I mix it for another minute, so they're getting really well mixed. And I'd tell you another tip too, like I would obviously, if I was doing a catering event like Saturday, I'd do all this on the Friday, have that all mixed up. I make me sausage rolls, so when I get there, all I got to do is actually cook them. It's one of the very, very few things I actually didn't prepare and make on site. I did a few times, but it is a bit time consuming to do that when you're running a lot of camp ovens at a function. So I would just bag them up and bring them freshly made. And that way the meat's been marinating for a bit too, so it's always good to make them ahead of time. And I used to make some extras as well and put in the freezer, so I had some for myself. Plenty of sage in there, a good sprinkle. And I'll add the plenty of pepper, good grinds of pepper. And I'm going to add the garlic, which I got him. What's this little gadget? Comes with a little gadget, I don't know what it does. Maybe it's to put your garlic on, is it? I don't know. Ah. To dry. Okay, there you go. So it comes with a little gadget. Comes with a little gadget to sit the garlic on. A little trivet for the garlic so that it can drip dry, and get the pickle sauce off it. Alright, so we got a few good garlics there, nice big cloves. And I'll put in one for luck, why not? 4 plus 1 for luck. We're just going to chop that up. I'm getting a bit of overcrowded here with some ingredients. Just going to chop up this garlic real quick. And I generally just squash them down, and then I just chop them up after I've crushed them up, nice and fine. And no, probably should have grated them with the onions, but I didn't think of that, and I'm not too worried. I'll just chop them as fine as I can. Probably should have put them in a machine, but that'll do. I'm not too worried about it. That's a lot of garlic. They're going to be pretty strong in the garlic. I think that's what I normally put in when I'm doing the kilo batches, not the half kilo batches, but anyway. Back to the mixing. So not used to using such a small bowl. See, I like whopping great big round ones like that and just get into it and cut it all up. It's so much easier. Okay, so we're going to add an egg into the mix. There you go, and watch me cut that egg up. And I'm just going to beat the egg up on the meat, mix it all through. And I might even need 2 eggs. We've got to make this meat damp. Oh no, one's doing all right. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's wet. The mince is wet, and that's what I want. Yeah, it's quite wet. I'm pretty happy with that. The mince is quite wet, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll add some breadcrumbs. I'm not going to measure it in, I'm just going to do it by hand. Probably 1/4 cup, something like that. small amount in the filler, and we'll do that by feel. We'll just run it through, and I sort of know if I've got enough. Just don't put too much, that's the main thing. Ooh, wind's blowing up. We've had one storm come through already today, of course, because we're cooking. And so we'll probably get another one yet. It's getting a bit darker out there now. And how's my fire going? I've got oh yeah, good. We've got everything just about ready to go over there as far as the heat goes. Just going to finish mixing this, and we'll start making the sausage rolls. And we're back, and I've got everything cleaned up on the board here, ready to go. I've laid a bit of flour on here just to help the pastry not stick to the board. Cut open my pastry, was ready to go. I'll peel off a sheet, the first one. It's thawed out, keep it in the freezer, this stuff. Thaws out, it's ready to go. No one makes their own puff pastry these days. It's a long involved process using a lot of butter and folding your dough and that sort of stuff, but the bought stuff is so good. I don't know why you'd want to, really. I mean, it'd be all right to do, I guess. I get it, but I'm happy to buy the bought stuff. Now we've got our well mixed sausage roll mince here, and it should be, from memory, it's about it should be 3 tablespoons to a sausage roll. And I am going on memory. It has been a while since I've done this. I can't remember the last time. They're big tablespoons. There's 3. That'll be enough. I can't actually remember the last time I made sausage rolls. It was at a catering event, and I haven't done that for a while. So, yeah, I'm a little bit rusty, I have to admit. But anyway, we're just flattening it out nice and even like that. And I am going on memory. What I might do is just brush this end with a bit of egg and milk that I've got here, just so it sticks. Now, this is something I never really used to do, that I remember, but I think it's a good idea to do it that way. Roll him up nice and even until that edge, this edge here, you want him sitting right on the side of the flat on the sausage roll, and that's it. He's done. That's one done. All right, so I'll finish this one, and then I'll just get into making it. So you've got the idea. So from this point, I would decide on what length we want to make. You know, big sausage roll like that, or I can make mini sausage rolls. I'm going to go, make it hard on myself. I'm going to go for thirds. Yeah, a little bit big on that side. So I've got 3 sausage rolls there out of that one sheet. Okay, so the next step, and we'll do this all at once when I'm finished, before they go into the oven, is I'll just stab holes in the tops, just like that. There we go. And then I'll just give that a bit of a baste with our egg and cream mixture. And I'm using the egg and cream because I don't have any milk. You could use water, really. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. I think the egg and milk does give it a nice golden glaze compared to some other things. So I'm sticking with that. That's what I know. But that's what the finished sausage rolls are going to look like. I will just keep making them and stacking them up here. And when they're ready to go, we'll go and have a look at the oven, and we'll whack them in the camp oven. finished making our sausage rolls. I'm so used to doing large quantities of them. I looked around, I couldn't believe we'd run out of pastry already. It was only a 6-pack, and I always got, I'm not sure if they were 10s or 12s. And I know that amount of meat used to be, I always had it so that it was just that right amount of meat, the same amount I had, would be one, it was either a 10 or a 12. I'm not quite sure what the packet number was. 10, I think, that's what's in my head. So I would have had more, some extras. A little bit of meat left, that's okay. Martina's going to make some yummy meatballs out of that, so yeah, very nice. But here's the sausage rolls, very good. They're all ready to go. We're just going to go and set up that camp oven over there. Got a 17-inch harding that I'm going to be using, and we'll cook some sausage rolls. I'm bloody hungry. Can't wait. Okay. Okay, so we've got the sausage rolls made. I've got them over here at the camp oven. Camp oven was cold, but it's going to heat up very quickly. I haven't put any heat under it yet, but the fire is right beside it, so it's trying to heat up. I put them in a cold oven normally, but then I can just keep cooking them once it's hot, so that's all right. It's not a prerequisite, just the way I normally do it. I'm just going to put the sausage rolls in there as quick as I can and get the heat on the top, and then get the heat sorted underneath the oven how I want it, and move the rest of the fire to the other end of the drum to get it away. Yeah, so let's get those sausage rolls in. Okay, we're ready to dish up these sausage rolls. I just took the lid off. I went, well, we better get them out right now. So I haven't put the lid back on. Come over and have a look at what we're looking at. They look pretty impressive. Very nice. Look at that. They look awesome. So I'm just going to start dishing them out now. Hopefully they're not stuck to the bottom. They shouldn't be, because the bottom one's oiled. I've got an egg clip there. There we go. Once we get a bit of room, they should, yeah, come out fairly easily. Yeah, they're coming out. What are the bottoms like? I was a little bit worried about the, yeah, I was a little bit worried about the bottom because I had a bit of heat underneath it and it started sizzling pretty hard. So I ended up, I went, okay, this is a big base, it's hot. So I just removed all the heat from underneath it, because I know that the heat on the lid is going to keep everything running at the temperature anyway. He might be a little bit funny on the bottom. I've just got a swap plates. We'll put this one over here, look at that. So you can just slip an egg clip under them if they're a bit sticky, just so they move around. They weren't too bad. A couple of them were a little bit stuck. And here we go. They're fine.
We have a lot of foods now.
I'm very hungry. So
well, you can eat.
I'm looking forward to eating these. We've got to whack them other ones in yet. We've still got 3D to cook.
Yeah.
So, let's throw them up there. And
Yum.
yeah, just get a nice shot of that all together. I'll whack these ones in and get we'll whack these ones in. Now I'm going to whack these last 1, 2, 3, 4 back in the camp oven and finish cooking them. While everything's running nice and hot. Okay. And there you have it, folks. The famous Kingbrown sausage roll. And I'm very pleased Martina found the tomato sauce. So I get to have tomato sauce on my sausage roll and I can't wait. These are literally straight out of the oven too. I haven't let them cool much. But I can't help myself. I got to have a taste. I'm going to burn myself, but I'll have a go. Oh.
Wow.
Okay. That meat's pretty good. I've done a good job on that.
Well done.
Oh, it's very hot. That is what a sausage roll is supposed to taste like. It's fantastic. Now, I just got to mention too, I usually put a bit of grated carrot in the sausage roll recipe as well. But a friend of mine had a bit of a fit the other day when I told him to put, he said, as long as you don't put grated carrot in those sausage rolls. There you go, Dale. I just made a batch for you, mate. No carrots in them, all right? There's meat and onions like they should be, as you reckon. So, anyway, they don't worry me having carrots in them, but yeah, apparently it's a thing. Some people like the carrot, some people don't. What do you reckon? Anyway, if you like this video and this recipe, you might want to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you could and help the channel along. And thank you very much, everybody, for watching as usual. Very appreciative of all you guys out there that take the time to watch my videos. It makes me worthwhile. It makes it worthwhile for me. I'm enjoying myself just making them and having a bit of fun. And it's good to see things go wrong. You know, I honestly thought I'd burnt the bottom of these sausage rolls because I had that floor pretty hot. You know, and I don't cut anything out. I'm not going to cut them out if I burn them. I'm going to show you if I burn them. But I hadn't seen the bottom of that sausage roll until I flipped one over there earlier on the camera. So I didn't know. And if it was burnt, I wouldn't cut it out. That's just the way I roll. You got to burn to learn. We all make mistakes, and we can all learn together when you do make a mistake. But thankfully, no mistakes were made during the making of these sausage rolls. They're bloody awesome. I've got a plate full here to eat. So I'm going to stuck into my sausage rolls right now. Kingbrown out.